Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I'm going to show you the mince that I have here. As you can see, it has a little bit of fat inside. It's not that lean. So we are going to put it into the pan and we're going to fry it into the pan. As you can see, there's nothing in this pan. There's no oil. There's nothing in it. We want to fry the fat a bit. If it was lean means, I was going to say, okay, put in a little bit of oil. But we are not going to do that. We're just going to put in the mince just like that. The pan is a bit hot, it's a bit warm. So we're going to put in the mince now. As you can hear, it makes a lovely sound. And we're just going to just break it up a bit. While we're doing this, we leave it just like that because we want to have a healthy meal. We don't always want to cook with oil and all that stuff. We really just want to make it and keep it healthy. So then we just break it up a bit, not too much. And then next to me, as you can see, next to it, I've got some onions that I chopped up. This is like 2.5 onions, I think, yes. And then I also, next to my mince, I've got my potatoes that I sliced up. And then also a special onion, half an onion that I cut up, chopped up with my potatoes to give the mash a beautiful, lovely flavor. So we're going to put this on the stove and then we're going to put in some salt with the mash, with the potatoes. You give just a bit, not too much. You don't want anything salty. And then we're just going to just stir it a bit so the onions are still lying on top. And then we're going to close it up and it's going to have to cook. And then my mince is going to just grow on the pan without any oil, without any water. Because it is a fatty type of mince. I don't really like too much of a lean mince. I like it when it has a little bit of fat in it. So then, so that we can just, just fry it a bit, just for the taste and for the flavor. You know, if it's too lean, you're going to have to put in some oil. You're going to have to make it a bit oily because mince can be dry sometimes. So then, yes, we're going to just leave it to fry a bit in the pan. And then, there we go. Oops. Use that fell there. And then we're going to close it up and see what does it look like in a while. Yes. Now that. So the mince is on, my onions is chopped, and then I've got some chopped green peppers as well that I'm going to add in with some mixed veg later on. Just a less than maybe half a packet of mixed veg we're going to put in. And then also then my potatoes is busy cooking on the one side. So we're going to do all this at once and just zhoosh it up. Thank you guys. See you in a bit. Okay guys, as you can see, my mince is busy boiling, and it is boiling without any water and out any oil. Look at all that preservatives that are in there. So why do you need oil? Why do you need water? Just do that. So especially when it's a kind of like a little bit of a fatty mince. This is beef mince, by the way. I love beef mince. It is one of my favorite. That's the only mince actually that I eat. I don't eat pork. Actually, I did see the other day some lamb mince, but I haven't tried it yet. But we know, as we all know, that the most popular mince is beef. So then it is busy boiling, as you can see, and my potatoes are also getting up nice and warm, guys. So we're going to mash this up and we're going to put it on top of the mince, and it's going to be so nice. It's going to have like a lovely mashed creamy mince with butter and milk, and yes, it's going to be so nice. So as you can see, the steam is coming out. That steam is warming up the house. It is. It's warming it up, guys. So then, yes, there we go. You can see my mince busy frying, and then I've got my onions ready. There we go. And then also my green pepper, and then we're also going to put in like just a bit of garlic. Put in a bit of garlic for the taste, like just 2 cloves of garlic, or if you have crushed garlic, like a spoon, 1 spoon of garlic. There we go. So now it's busy frying, guys. We're going to add the onions now in a bit. So if you can just give me like a few minutes. See you now. Okay, guys, as you can see, it's boiling up. The steam is coming out. Ooh. There we go. This is the mash. And this alone warms the house really nicely. So then there's also my mixed veg that I'm going to pour in half a cup. The potatoes that I used here was about 5 potatoes, medium size. And my mince was 1 kg mince. As you can see, it is frying. I just love the sound of that when something is sizzling. It is just so lovely. And the smell alone, just of this plain mince, no water, no oil, especially when it is a fatty mince. Just not too fat, but even if you see it's fat, do not add any water or any oil. You just frying it like that in your pan or in your pot, whichever way you prefer or whichever utensils you have. So then, now that it's frying like this, guys, I'm going to add my onions. Can you hear the sound? Woohoo! And then also when I boil my potatoes, I put it on a lower heat. I first put it on high and then I turn it off so that it can cook nice and soft with the lid on, not halfway, not that way. Close it up so the potatoes can cook thoroughly through. Okay, then I'm going to put in my onions. Can you hear the sound of the onions? And also the heat is, I put it on 4. Our heat goes up to 6, so then it's like at a medium heat. And then just mix it in. Like that. Oh, the smell. It is absolutely beautiful. So then, we're just going to close it up, guys. Still on a medium heat, on a medium to hot heat. Not to, because we want the onions to fry. We want them fried. We don't want them boiled. Because if it's boiled, it is not going to taste nice. It's like not going to have that what we want, that taste. So we're going to fry it, as you can see. Can you hear that sound, ladies and gentlemen? It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now I'm just going to close it up. You can add your green peppers along if you like. Let's add it on. Why not? And then just stir a bit. Look at the color of this mince. Isn't it beautiful? It is looking so delicious. So then, as you can see, it's frying lovely without any oil, without any water. We're just going to let it cook for a bit, and then we're going to come back. Because remember that onions dissolve the oil, so you're not going to see the oil. All the oil goes into the onions, so you won't see it. It's better like that, because then you're not going to sit with an oily dish. Then we're going to close it up, and we're going to let it simmer like for 10 minutes. And then your mash is cooking, your mixed veg is ready, and then I'm also going to add some masala. And then before I forget, let me add a bit of just a small bit, actually not now, because you know garlic can also burn your pot. So we're not going to add the garlic now. We're going to let it simmer for a few minutes. We're going to let it simmer for a few minutes, and then we're going to put in the garlic with a little bit of masala just to give it that kick. So we'll see you in a bit while the mince is frying. We'll see you now. Thank you guys for tuning in into Sanette Fun Villain's YouTube channel. Eat your heart out. Okay guys, it has been cooking for a little bit, just say for 5 minutes. Now we're just going to stir it a bit. And now we're going to just turn it on a little bit of a lower heat so that it won't burn. See that we didn't use any oil or any water. Just going to let it fry in the pan like that. And then we're going to put on the lid again. This is onion and green pepper that I added. I haven't put in any other spices or garlic. I just want the onion to soften up and to fry a bit. Because once you put in your garlic, it's going to burn your pot, and then you are forced to put in some water, and we do not want to put in water immediately. We want the onion to be a little bit brownish, and even if it's not brownish, at least we're going to make it brown. We can just add some water in as well later on, but for now let's just leave it like that and let it cook. So there I've got my potatoes still cooking up, my mixed veg is going to go in, my masala that I'm going to put in, my garlic, and then also some gravy that's left of the other day, the tomatoes and onion gravy, you can also add in here. So nothing is wasted guys. We want to use every bit that we can, and all those bits that you are using is going to make your food extra nice. So then let's close it for a while. I've turned down the heat. Let me turn it down to 3. It's on a medium heat, and we're going to leave it now just for a few seconds, and then after that we're going to add all the other ingredients and let it cook. See you in a while. Okay guys, it has been cooking for a little bit, for like 5 minutes. Now we're just going to add a bit of garlic, just like a spoon, not too much. I'm using crushed garlic. Yes, some of the juices there. And then, like I said the other day with the tomato and onion gravy that's left over, we're going to just put it in here. It's going to give it a lovely flavor. Why not? Why can't we put it in? Because it is so tasty. So then we're just going to mix it up like this. As you can hear, it's sizzling lovely in the pan. And next to me is my potatoes that we're going to mash up, cut up into small pieces, because we want it really creamy, no lumps, and just eat our heart out. As you can see, my mince is busy cooking. Now I'm going to add a bit of masala at our local store. Like I can use, like you can use any masala. You can, okay, like I'm going to use the ginger and garlic, but I'm not going to put in a lot, guys, because why? Especially when you have old people and people that doesn't like hot food, and your kids. So we're just going to put in just like a spoon, just like that. See? And then we just put it on to the mince a bit. Here we go. And then we just stir it again. As you can see at the bottom of the pan, there's nice brownish there. That is all the flavor that will come together. Then for now, we're going to let it cook a bit for like another 10 minutes. Look at this mince, guys. Just look at it. Just look at it. Lovely. And we haven't even done half that we were supposed to. So now, just to make it a bit like gravy, because we do not want a dry mince. We want a mince that's got some juices in, just a bit. So now I'm going to add some water, just a bit, like say a half a cup. There we go, some water in, and then we stir it again. And then after this, while it's cooking, we're going to make our stock, our beef blocks that I'm going to put in, that I really love, just 2 beef blocks that I'm going to soak into boiling water, and we're going to put it in the mince, and then I think the mince should be ready by then. And then we shouldn't forget about our mixed veg, we must still add. So let this cook a bit, because we added the masala, we added the garlic, and yeah, it needs to cook through with the mince. So I'm going to close it up and let it cook on a medium heat for 10 minutes. See you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. The mince is sizzling. It is cooking, baby. Yeah, boy. It's looking so nice. Just look at that. Just look how lovely that looks. Now, we're going to add some of the mixed veg. Frozen mixed veg that I use. Just a half a packet. We're going to put it in here. We're not going to add any stock at the moment, because we want the mixed veggies to be a little bit soft, because you know, as we all know, that stock can also burn your pot or something like that. You know, if you don't have the correct pots, then it's going to be like that. But anyway, we're going to leave this. As you can see, there is my beautiful mince with my mixed veg. Doesn't that look appetizing, colorful, and beautiful? Just look, baby, just look. Now I'm going to close it up. I'm going to just heat up a bit the stove, because it's frozen. Now we just want to just quickly just let it cook. And my potatoes are looking lovely on this side, still boiling, not soft yet, so we're going to keep it there. See you in a bit. When my mixed veg is soft, then I can just add my stock, my lovely stock. It's from Knorr. You can just put in 3 beef blocks with some boiling water, break up the blocks, and then you just mix it in, and that also gives it a lovely flavor where you don't even need salt or any other spices, because the stock alone, the Knorr beef stock, it already has all its flavor together. So yes guys, see you in a bit. Let this cook a bit, and then yes, see you soon. Okay. Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So now everything was cooking very nicely. Oh, look at that. It is so beautiful. I just wish I can look at that, guys. Prachtig. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna, because my mixed veg is almost soft, I'm gonna lower my heat, because it was frozen veg, so I'm gonna lower the heat so that yeah, everything can just cook well through and not burn. We do not make burnt food at all. Now we're going to add some of our stock, and we're going to leave it again for another 5 minutes to cook a bit. As you can see, everything looks and smells absolutely divine. And we're going to just put it in here. There's my lovely, lovely stock. It's going to give it a nice brownish flavor. This is the best stock that I love, this Knorr. I just use 3 blocks. I buy the 36 pack. As you can see, 36. Yes, there it shows 39. Okay, there's 36 in this Knorr. I use like 3 of them or 2, and I just break it up and just put it in boiling water. This is absolutely one of my favorite. You get beef, you get chili beef, you get, yeah, just look at that, guys. Absolutely lovely. That is what I use for my cooking. One of my favorite, ultimate favorite spices. And then also I love my inner parma, garlic and pepper. Also one of my favorites. This is a must to have with your knorr beef blocks, and then your spice for rice from Robertson's that I always use in my pasta when my pasta is cooked, not while it's cooking, after it cooks, because this spice doesn't need to be cooked away. It's just there. You put it on with a little bit of olive oil and the kids will love it. And now I'm just going to stir this a bit. As you can see, it is cooking absolutely lovely, and the smell, it is divine. Look at that, guys. This is so delicious. Now I'm going to check on my mashed potatoes. Let's see what's happening with the mash. Okay, it's still not the softness that I want. You see the size that I cut it up, the potato? You just feel. You still just need to cook just a little bit more, guys. Just give it like 10 more minutes, and then we're going to mash it up, and we're going to put everything together, and it's going to taste, and it looks already divine. Let me just show you. Gravy, everything, it is so nice. So now I'm going to close it up, let it simmer for 10 minutes again, and then also your potatoes, close it up decently, stir it up a bit so that the bottom ones can also cook, because you do want everything really, really soft, no lumps. And you're going to add some butter and milk and mash it up. And then you're also going to have to put it in the oven to grill with the cheese on top of it. That is all happening in a while, guys. Don't forget to like and to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Thank you for everything. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for my likes. Sinet van Villen. Eat your heart out. Today we are making a cottage pie. Wow, guys, look at that. Just look at that. It is just simmering away. Just wish I can bring this phone a bit closer just to show you. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it is still cooking, so we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, welcome back. Now, as you can see, it is nicely cooked. I'm going to add my inner parma garlic and pepper spice just a bit, just for some flavor. Lovely, hey? See there, just a little bit. There we go, like a spoon. You can use a spoonful if you like, just to give it a extra oomph, extra flavor. Look at that, guys. It looks absolutely lovely. So we're gonna just close it up. The mixed veg is nice and soft. On the one side we have the pasta. As you can see, spaghetti, it's boiling. Lovely. As you can see, guys, it will be ready in the next 10 minutes because I just put it in the boiling water with some oil, a little bit of oil, and then also I added a bit of salt. Even if you are going to use the spice for rice into your pasta, you need to add a bit of salt in your spaghetti. So that's my spice for rice that I'm going to put on my pasta when it's done. Now we're going to check out on the mash. Wow, it looks so lovely. It is soft, so we're just going to stir it a bit. I just want the water a bit to just dissolve a bit because it's kind of a bit waterish. So it is almost ready to be mashed up with some butter and some milk to make it nice and creamy. As you can see, I didn't strain any water. You just fill it up, the potatoes, like 5 potatoes, medium size. Fill it up with water, close the lid, guys, so that we can cook properly and not have hard potatoes where you're going to sit with lumps. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to swap the two around so you guys can see how I actually make my mince. So I will see you in a bit. My oven is on, it's getting warm, my cheese is ready, and the pan is ready for the cottage pie. So that's my inner parma that I just used in here. It's going to give it a lovely flavor with my Knorr beef stock. 3 beef stock dissolved in boiling water, because we also don't want any lumps into the mince. So there we go. Okay, this is getting nicely done. So see you now guys in a bit. Welcome back, guys. That is my mashed potatoes that I just boiled in water. I didn't even strain the water. I just put the lid on, kept it there, and let it cook thoroughly. So now we're going to add some butter, and it's still on a heat, eh? We're going to put some butter. Look at that butter just melting over. Just look, guys. Oh, it's just melting. Look at that. Okay, that's the butter. I think the mince we can switch off now because it's ready. We're just going to switch it off, just leave it on the stove, and then we're going to put it in a pan. So there we go. Just look at that butter. Oh, absolutely divine. So we're going to take the masher, mash it up, mash it up, mash it up. Just want to give it a lovely mash flavor. Gonna mash it. Oh, this is a lovely mash. This is going to be so creamy. I love rama, guys. This is my favorite rama that I use, rama spread. I love it. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it. I'm not just using any butter. I'm using rama, guys. Very lovely spread, because once you use just an ordinary butter that you just bought from the shops just because it's cheap, it is not going to give that lovely taste. It's just gonna not taste nice. But rama, in everything you do, you put it on your bread, you put it in potato, you put it on, you cook it up, you cream it up, it gives it a nice creamy flavor. So thank you, rama, for that. Gonna mash it up. It's almost ready. Now I'm gonna add just a bit of milk, less than a quarter of milk. I'm just gonna put it up. We don't want it too slumpy, so then we're just gonna do that with the milk. Mash it up, guys. As you can see, it already looks absolutely delicious. Nice. So now I'm going to leave it on the stove. Then I'm going to pour over my mince, and I'm going to put it in the oven with my cheese. There we go. Woohoo! This is going to be so nice. There's no lumps whatsoever. As you can see, pure mashed potato with rama in. You can use your own discretion when you put the rama in, guys. I don't have to tell you so much rama, but put in a spoon, put in a big spoon. Stir it up. And remember, the heat is still on. So now by doing that, we are making it a little bit stiff. As you can see, all the water and all the milk has dissolved into the potato. So check that out. The color is beautiful. Look. Oh my word. This is nice. This is so nice. This is going to be such a lovely meal. Look at that mash, guys. Some people add in cream in their mash. So if you want to, you can. And what I've used, the milk that I've used now, fresh milk, or you can use full cream milk, the box milk, up to you, whichever way. I normally just use fresh milk in my house. Look there. Lekker sosse cracker. Yes, baby. There we go. Now I'm going to close it up. I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to switch the heat off totally. Let me just check on my spaghetti. My spaghetti. Ooh, yes. This is lovely. It is almost ready. I'm just going to make a plain spaghetti where I'm going to rinse it off with some cold water, put in a bit of olive oil, and then my spice for rice. Because you already have a gravy, guys. You already have a gravy. Why do you need to? But it's all entirely up to you. If you want to make something special with your pasta, go for it. I just feel that the mince has enough flavor. We do not want to dampen the flavor. We do not want to kill it. We want to serve it up with some lovely pasta. And then, look at that. Let me just switch off my, almost forgot to switch off my mash. Don't want to burn it. So there, as you can see, it is lovely. My mince is ready to be putting onto the pan. So now I'm going to see you in a bit. I want to show you where and how I put it in a pan. And then I'm going to leave my pasta to cook. See you guys now. Welcome back, guys. This is my mince. Can you believe it? Look at all that oil in there, and we haven't even used oil at all. So that is why I'm saying we want to keep it healthy, and we can just use the fat of the beef of the mince to make it nice and lovely. Look at that oil. It is the oil from the mince, guys. We haven't used any oil except for water and yes, and the spices. Now I'm going to put in my mince. Just going to pour it over. As you can see, ooh, nothing burns. Nothing is too hot. Look, ta-da! That is lovely. So then we're just going to spread it out like that. And now we're going to add our mashed potato. Great. I just want you to see everything. Let me just see you now. Right, guys, I'm back. Look at my beautiful mashed potatoes. Nothing is burnt. Everything is nice and stiff. No lumps whatsoever. Now we're just gonna pour it over the mince. You can see the mince looks very nice. We're just gonna put it in. We're starting at the corners. Go up. In there. Wow. And remember, it must still go into the oven. So we're putting up the mash. Pour in the rest of the mashed potato. We fried the mince into its own oil, its own fat. We didn't use any oil. And that is why I say it should be very healthy. So that you can see the color of the mash even, and we only added some bit of salt into the potato. We don't want it too salty because our mince already have all the flavors, the knoflooks, a little bit of Parma garlic pepper, my favorite ultimate spice, guys. I eat it with avo, I eat it with fish, I eat it with everything. So then now we're going to just spread it out with a fork. Let's use this fork here and look at that. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is a meal you can make for your hubby, for your kids, for your granny, for your family, for your sister. Everyone will just enjoy this. Spread them. Just the mash a bit there. My cottage pie looks absolutely divine, just the way my mother taught me. In the past, when the mince was the potato was a bit stiff, she will always add butter on top of it. But I feel that the meal is already oily enough with the mince. So there you have it, guys. Look at my cottage pie. Beautiful. Now we're just going to grate some cheese over it. I'm going to put some cheese over the mince. So some. You can see. A lot of cheese, guys. I was actually supposed to grate this and just pour it over. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm still learning, still fresh. So then you just put over your cheese evenly. This is just cheddar cheese. You can even use mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese. You can just add. So we're just gonna put this in the oven for like 15 minutes and then take it out, and I will show you how beautiful this dish is. Absolutely divine. So there we go. This was like a cup, 2 cups of cheese. We really just, yes, everything in there, every bit's in there. Every bit. There we go. Look at that. I'm putting it in my oven and we'll see in a bit. If you can see me going to the oven, you'll see me. Let me just move the camera. There, my oven is nice and warm, and we're going to put, look at that, mince in there, underneath there, with the cheese melting away. Now I'm going to put it in at the bottom, put it there for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and then it's going to be ready. Just going to show you where's my, there we go. Lovely, hey? In the oven. Great. Let's just see my spaghetti. Almost done. See you now. So when you put it in the oven, you put it on 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Guys, this is my pasta, my spaghetti. It's all ready. As you can see, I'm going to pour it in just like that. Let the cold water run through it, because we do not want the pasta to cook any longer. So now we're just gonna let it just get some coldness on it, because we do not want it to cook further. That is why we are pouring on cold water, guys. That is the secret. That is what Jamie Oliver taught me. So there we go. Strain it a bit, and then we're going to put it in the pot, back into the pot. Voila, in you go. It's not even sitting together because I'm using a little bit of oil, sunflower oil, when I cook it. But when it's cooked, then I put in some olive oil. So then you put in some of your spice for rice on the pasta, what I used the other day. This is one of my ultimate favorites to put it on. Got some extra virgin olive oil, just a bit, and we're gonna mix it in together. This is my son's favorite. He doesn't want to eat plain pasta. Mommy, where's the spice for rice? So then we just mix it in. Sorry for my hands, guys, but it's clean, I can assure you. Here we go. Just mix it all in together. See the color, it's changing a bit. Let me just add in some spice for rice again. There we go. Lovely spaghetti. Just look at that. Oh, divine. Can add a little bit more spice. You just add on as you see. I need a little bit here, I need a little bit there, but don't put in everything at once because you might be salty. Then it will end up being very, very salty. So there we go. Everything is ready, guys, and now I'm just waiting for my pie to be done. See you in a bit. Guys, my cottage pie is sizzling away. Oh, just look at that. As you can see, oopsie, just want to show you. There. Lovely, hey? So yeah, see in a bit. We're gonna grill it on top just for a few minutes as well, and then everything will be ready. Right, guys, so now the cottage pie is ready to come out of the oven. I grilled it on top for like 15 minutes so the cheese can be nice and crispy. And look at this baby. Look at it. Smell it, taste it, and feel it. It is warming up the house, guys. It really is. It's so warming up the house. As you can see, guys, it is all sizzling. It is sizzling away, and you can you hear that? That is the crackling of the cheese because we want it nice and crispy. So now we're going to dish up some pasta. This is the end product, guys. Your pasta, you can serve it cold, warm, you can warm it up a bit, but I prefer it like this, rinsing off with cold water. Put it up there. Just look at that. And now for the ultimate flavor. Let's see. Oh, the mash, everything. It is absolutely, let me just use this because I don't want to burn. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. On your plate, it is absolutely divine. And we're going to eat that with, should have had a knife here, but anyway, we're going to eat that with some pasta. Just check out my beautiful mash and my mince. I'm going to put it up there. This is my meal, guys, for today. Lovely cottage pie with some pasta, warm, crispy cheese. There you have it. You can add a salad, you can add anything you want to, guys. And there we go. Home cooked meal food. Melts away in your mouth. Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and to subscribe, guys, please. And then also, let me just show you the last end of the product. There we go. Some cottage pie made from scratch, easy way, lovely, with some crispy cheese on top. And then we also have the pasta, the spaghetti, lovely. Everything is just beautiful and it will melt in your mouth. Thank you so much that you subscribe to Sinet van Willing. Eat your heart out and cook with your heart. Eat your heart out, guys. Eat your heart out. See you, Sinet van Willing. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe. Mwah.